What's up, warrior? Welcome back. And today we're going to dial in the key to a successful attitude. It's absolutely essential in your business that if you want the best results, to have a good attitude. But if you've ever wondered, like, how do I do that? We're going to discuss that today. And I want to challenge you to have this because if you adopt this mind state, that's going to help you get better results in every single area. So if that sounds like something interesting, by the way, you're not subscribed to my YouTube yet, please do that because we got this plus a lot of other cool content to help you with your business and your life. And if this sounds like an interesting topic, share this with someone as well. So I remember when I first got into business, I don't get why I do this. I don't get why people do this, but I got into my first network marketing business and I got my product, I got my business, and then I started making my phone calls. And I remember I'd work up the courage, I'd practice my script, and then all of a sudden I'm about to pick up the phone call. And in my mind, I wonder if you've done this or not, I think to myself, they're not going to buy. They're not going to join. This isn't going to work. I'm just going to do this. And guess what? I picked up the phone, I make my phone call, and to be honest, I actually didn't want them to pick up. I just wanted to do it just to do it. And guess what? They didn't pick up and no one joined and no one bought. And then I go back to my mentors. I'm like, this thing don't work. I'm doing the do. I knew it wouldn't work. And I wonder how many of us have ever done that in our business. We take the action, we actually do the work, but we're not expecting a good outcome. If you've ever been guilty of that, put a 1 in the comments below because we need to fix that. It is totally killing our businesses. It's totally killing our results. And I want to challenge this because most of us come from that type of mind state. We expect the worst. And I get why it is because it's like a self-defense mechanism, right? And if you've ever challenged yourself with this, like we have to dial down why is this? And I get it's not as easy as just saying, well, just hope for the best, right? The saying is hope for the best, plan for the worst. But let's go into this a little bit more. Why do we do this? Why do we self-defeat ourselves? Why do we actually even take the action and even go back and just like basically we self-sabotage? It's because in our mind, you have to understand, we have a conscious mind, we have a subconscious mind. And what we're battling against, if you want better results in your business, is we're battling against a subconscious mind that's used to having results a certain way. So if you're used to sales being a certain way, maybe you're used to people not buying from you or not joining you. Maybe you're used to not making much money in your business. Maybe you're used to things being a certain way. What happens is, as we want to take a different action, because obviously if you're taking action in your business, you want a better result, right? If you want more sales and more money from your business, put a 2 in the comments below. Like that's why we do business, right? Like why else? We're not just here just to like kick it and just like waste time. We want to impact people. We want to transform lives. We want to make more money. We got goals. But understand that if we are consciously making a decision to do things different, then you're in a battle against who you were before, which is why it's important that as you're in this mental transition, as you're going into a different mind state, that we have to be deeply intentional when we're taking action until it becomes automatic. In the beginning of your business, you're going to be unconsciously incompetent, meaning that you don't know, but you're not good yet. And then what happens is you're consciously incompetent. I wonder where we're at in this spectrum, right? Then you're aware that you don't know what you don't know. Then we become consciously competent, meaning that if you focus, if you're serious, if you're committed to an outcome, then we can make it up. We learn some skills and we can get some results. But what we want to do is we want to get to the place where we're unconsciously competent. Can you imagine you get so good in your business that you just can't not make money anymore? I remember my mentors were saying, get so good that it's harder for you to not make money than it is for you to make money. Who here will want to get to that level? Put a one below. So that's why attitude is important. And what's the right attitude to have? When you're doing anything in your business, the next social media post, the next follow up with your prospect, the next phone call, the next message, I would have to consciously every time just take a little bit of a second and I'd say to myself, I'm hoping for the best. So every single time I talk to any prospect, I expect them to buy. I expect them to join. I expect them to not just buy and not to join, but to have the best experience on whatever it is that I'm selling. Let's say I'm selling one thing that I sell is this youth elixir, I call it. So I remember before I would expect at first, naturally, I'd be like, even if they buy, it's not going to work. Even if they buy, they're going to say that, it was a waste of money. I had to condition myself. And I would say, this person I'm about to talk to has been looking for something like this. This person I'm about to talk to is so excited that they're going to get this, use it, and have the most incredible experience that they're actually going to share it and give me referrals. I had to condition myself for these outcomes. Let's say I'm recruiting a brand new teammate. I would then expect them to be able to be so excited that they are able to join with the highest package. They are able to run right out of the gates, and they're going to talk to people even before I tell them to do so. So I'm going to expect the best every single time. But I also want to plan for the worst, meaning, hey, if it doesn't work, then I'm not dead, right? If it doesn't work, there's many other opportunities. If it doesn't work, then it's okay. This will too. So hope for the best, but plan for the worst. And you know what started to happen, Warrior? Is as I started to do that, I started noticing that my outcome actually came better. I had a whole spree. I'll share a story where I was marketing a weight loss product, and I would have people have a lot of money issues. They always couldn't afford it. They always said that it was too expensive. And then sometimes they would finally buy. But then when they bought, they never used it. They never used it correctly, and they never got the result. And then either they would not be a repeating customer, or they would even return the product. And I'm like, I don't like these results. So you know what I started doing? I started being intentional with my attitude. And I started saying everything I was just saying before. They're going to love this. They're going to see absolute value. They're going to say, that's exactly what I need in my life. They're going to be compliant. They're going to get amazing results. And you know what happened? Boom. I started to get customers that loved the product. Started to get customers that actually could afford the product easily. Started to get customers that actually used it compliantly, got so many great results that actually they referred it themselves and led me to a bunch of other customers as well too. And when I realized that it was just a simple shift in intentional attitude, I started saying, I think we should do things this way. So if you're at trouble with tuning in your expectations, I want to challenge our mental laziness, because most of the time we'd rather not change. Think about the illogic of this. Is that a word? Illogic? Why would we go if you're doing the work anyway? If you're doing that, if you're making the phone call anyway, why not take that extra little effort and just say, I'm expecting the best, but I'll plan for the worst? Why leave it at, they're not going to buy, they're not going to join? Why leave that mental laziness there? Because you're doing the work. It's the same work. It's just a little shift in mind state. But I will promise you, it'll make a big drastic difference in your outcome. And you know what's going to happen? As long as you are intentional with that mind state, intentional with that shift, there will be a day when one day, as you start to do your work, you just automatically function that way. You just automatically expect the best. You just automatically have this attitude about you where everything you touch turns to gold, where it seems like there's good news happening all the time. And that will change your results dramatically. So I hope that encouraged you. If you're willing to accept this today and you will make that intentional shift to expect better outcomes in your business, then put a me in the comments below. And I'm telling you, you do this, it'll change you. So if that did, if you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube, by the way, subscribe and put this plus a lot of other cool content as well too. Share this video with someone that you feel can be helpful. And by the way, if you like this type of training and you're open-minded to take a look at what we got going on in our business, I train people to make money from their phones in a fun, simple way, and show you some pretty cool tips. Fill out the form below, the Work With Me form. We'd love to chat with you. All right. Awesome. Other than that, talk soon.